Look at us. Look at us. Greetings. Hello there. We'll get started in just a second. Greetings. What's up? What's going on? Greetings. What's going on? We'll get started in just a second. What type of tea are you drinking? I'm still drinking my lavender chamomile tea. Yes. Still got that lavender chamomile tea. And I want to make sure, give me 1 second. My lips probably greasy like a mud. When I was growing up, of course, like most melanated children, my mother would load us up with Vaseline. So of course we do that now. What's up? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Yeah. Thank you for the likes. That shouldn't be on. So this is our final of our briefings for the executive. And just to give you a little bit more background on the executive, when I was in Vietnam in 2022, one of the things that I really wanted to do while I was there was build a network of not only just masculine presenting women, but business owners. A lot of my friends from college own businesses and they do quite well for themselves. And fast forward, a couple things happen, life changes, and it just wasn't the right time. And then 2024, that's when I officially launched my own trading firm. And I was like, yo, before I bring anybody on board, I need the airtight system. And so for the past 2 years, that's what I've been working on, is having the airtight system. Thank you for sharing the live. Having the airtight system that I can teach these young women, and it can really transform their lives the same way that trading has transformed my life. And the funny thing is, like, I didn't have a guide on my way in trading and business. It was always like asking questions, but having to observe good and bad, right? So it's like you see somebody that you think is successful, okay, you attempt to figure out from the background what they're doing, and then you see somebody that's unsuccessful, so you do the opposite. I won't continue and belabor that point, but the whole point is like, yo, having a group of women that are like-minded, my ear just popped, that's a good sign. Having a group of women that are not only like-minded, but that can show up and we could be out doing it was really like, yo, when I was traveling and I was meeting people, I remember one time I was walking down the street in Vietnam, and I literally met a stud. I met a stud. We know what we mean by stud. What's up 101? Her name was Jasmine, and I think she was from North Carolina. And when I tell you, yo, she was an extremely dope individual. It was so serendipitous how we met. And we ended up hanging out, and we went to like this arcade bar, and we did karaoke. And when I tell you, this girl could play the guitar down, she could sing down. And I need to find her contact, but it was just like a random meeting. And so that just lit a fire in me. It's like, yo, I love traveling. Definitely want to do it with my stud bros and be in a position. be in a position to empower them, because trading isn't the only way to earn money online. What you mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Hold on. It says you give this indelible mark type of energy. Like I'm a mark? I'm just playing. But yeah, so that was the whole thing. Is like, having a group of masculine presenting women, because when I go places, I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up, I don't know if it's because of my height, I don't know what it is. I get special treatment and I like it. And I'm gonna continue to get special treatment. Every place that I go, I get special treatment. I'm telling you, people stare. They like it. I don't know what it is. I'm just sharing that it's something about our presence as masculine presenting women when we just are operating in our own authenticity that people are naturally drawn to. And I like getting special treatment. Yes, go ahead and upgrade my seat. Yes, go ahead and bring out what you said. The chef said he sent me out these drinks. Oh, fantastic. Let me taste that. Hold on, let me see. Oh, send the chef my regards. That is delicious. That is delicious. So that's why I like when people ask me like, oh, do you eat meat? Listen, if I'm at a restaurant and the chef personally sends me a steak, you better believe I'm going to tear into that steak. And that happens so often. And I want to talk to my masculine women about the things that I use, which is just being interested in people. It's not a trick. It's not a hack. It's just literally being interested in not only people, but self-development, self-image, confidence, building your talents, building your skills. When you walk in a room, how you carry yourself in a room. I saw like one time, it's just a random video that came up where this young lady was like making a video, and I guess a man walked up and she was like, I guess she stopped making her video. It's like, yo, bro, no, keep making your video. Like, let them walk through. Let them see your presence. Take up space. That's the other thing. It's like, taking up space. And I'm not saying we don't do it, but can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because I can, because I've imagined it. What's up, MK Talk? What's up, family? What's up, family? Stephanie, what's up? Can you imagine? Because I'm 6 feet, right? Can you imagine a group of 10 to 15 masculine presenting women just strolling through the airport with business suits on? Come on now. We going places. And I'm going to take them to all the places that I've been. Ritz-Carlton in Singapore. We going. The brunch. Fantastic. We're going. That's where we're going. The places that I've been already that I want to take my friends. And so the executive, I said that to say, the executive, yeah, come on. The executive is the incubator for that program, because I need to know that you can trade. I need to know that you can be independent in earning an income on your own. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And I'm going to give you the confidence to do that. But I want to transfer that skill specifically to that small group of women. So again, if you or anyone that you know is masculine presenting, feel free to have them text me 314-675-0131. They can text the executive. You want to go, Lucas? I'm telling you, like, I have the itinerary. Like, if I can show you, it's no, I always refer to the Bible verse where it's like, write the vision and make it plain. The itinerary is done. You wouldn't have to wonder for the next 3 years where we're going. It's laid out. So that's the whole point. But back to just the topics that we were diving into on these lives to make them advantageous for anyone that decided to hang out with us in the conversation. We've been talking about prosperity, and the 2 books that we've been studying. Well, now that we're into June, the books that we're studying are the Kabbalion and The Magic of Thinking Big. I had that one in my bedroom because I was reading that one earlier. For these specific lives, we were reading Prosperity by Charles Fillmore. And this one, don't judge me. I'm gonna show it to you, but do not judge me. Okay, don't judge me. Okay. I tore the front off. I was going through something. We here. Okay, so we happen to start on page 33. Hey, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Sounds green. Sounds green. I'll go as a consultant, executive organizer. Why is it so much easier to submit to a woman? Are you asking me why it's so much easier to submit to a woman? Some of y'all aunties out here fine. Some of y'all sisters out here. I mean, because women are natural leaders. Our mother is our first teacher. So naturally, mama asks you to do something. Yeah, it's easier to go with the flow because you don't want that smoke from mama. I mean, I think that's the first initial interaction. That's what I think. That's what I think. What's up? Who, what, where, how? What up? What up? What up? Let's get it. Listen, I appreciate that. No, seriously, I appreciate that. It's just I've been sitting on these plans for so long, and when you have that I don't believe in plan B, but at the same time, like I was saying, is I was wanting to make sure that I was at a position with my strategy where it was like airtight. And when I tell you, dialed in to literally maybe an hour, a focused hour of trading, we will be trading alongside each other daily, about an hour. That's it. And I know the trend. We'll dive into the books. But the funny thing, I always think about how like, people be wanting to, what's up, Anna? What's up, friend? People be wanting to quit their 9 to 5. Let me tell you a secret. As a day trader, technically we operate on a 9 to 5 schedule. We just don't work the whole 9 to 5. G, what's up? Yeah, thank you for. See, that's what we gotta do. We gotta show family to the chat. Everybody in here is in some way. There is some divine connection. There's a reason that you're on here. There's a reason that we are aligning at this time. I don't know what it is. Psych, we talking about prosperity. I know exactly what it is. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So yeah. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Prosperity. 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 So we've been reading like we were in chapter 8, we were in chapter 4. I'm going to switch over to chapter 13 because we have complete free will, right? So we can do whatever the TF we want to do. And if you join any of my book club lives, then anytime I see the word he, I'm changing it to she. Okay? I'm changing it to she. I'm doing it. So hey, let's go. I don't even have to explain that, do I? Chapter 13, the prosperity law of self-confidence. Yes. A stockbroker reported that he had studied the prosperity laws from every angle and that he had observed the many prosperous-minded people who buy and sell stocks. He also mentioned that he had read many biographies of successful people and that from these observations and studies, he had decided that if prosperity could be described in one expression, it would be self-confidence, which means to have faith in one's innate abilities and talents, and also faith in the divine's help to develop them. Psychologists state that there is a tremendous power in self-confidence, which doubles your powers and multiplies your abilities. My stockbroker friend told me that after gaining confidence in the laws of prosperity and using them in his work, his income zoomed upwards. 1 month, My bad. Why y'all ain't correct me? Somebody ain't correct me. I done said he several times. God damn, I got to start over. 1 month after she began, see, where y'all at? I thought y'all was paying attention. No, I'm just playing. I love y'all. 1 month after she began invoking the prosperity laws presented in this book, her income was 4 times its previous levels. Her success is even more remarkable when we realized it happened during a recession period. Perhaps the most important secret of self-confidence is this. Courses are given and books are written to help you attain self-confidence, and yet you already have it. It is a part of your spiritual nature with which you are endowed when you were created in the image and likeness of the All. The psalmist reminds you that you were made a little lower than the angels and crowned with glory and honor. The truth that we were born with confidence can be viewed by the actions and reactions of most children before they become filled with fears, phobias, and inhibitions of thought. What's up, Miss Grant? Thank you for joining. So that's a little bit of the dynamic laws of prosperity. And I'm going to give you, because one of the reasons I love this book, when I first bought this book, I bought a copy for me, I bought a copy for my mom, and I bought a copy for my sister. I said, listen, I know y'all like to read the Bible. That's cool. But let's bring out this prosperity book. Because I don't know if you heard me mention when she was talking about her friend that was a stockbroker, their income zoomed during a quote unquote recession. And there is a video on my TikTok page where I talk about the many financial crises throughout the years. There's always a financial crisis. And so that's why it's really our duty, not only as like business owners, but traders, to walk that fine line and know like, yo, there's always an opportunity to be in the group that is successful, right? And unfortunately, like the Bible says, the poor you have with you always. So there's always going to be a group of people that's unsuccessful. But in some way, they're actually successful. So the secret of self-confidence, we read a lot of books, we listen to a lot of lectures, we go to the gym. It's already in you, family. It cannot leave you. You already have it because it was given to you at birth. And the lie of being born into sin, reprogramming your mind to know that you were born in divine likeness, the Creator. You were born in divine, at a divine timing. For that moment to occur, for you to, not even the initial moment, but for you to come, like, that's perfect. That's perfection. Any other different way would have been a different life. Anything different by a second, it would have been different. And so just reprogramming your mind to know, like, self-confidence is internal. And you build it up over time. Sometimes you lose your confidence. How do you build it back? You got to remind yourself of who you are. You got to remind yourself of who you are. Let's say, for instance, because sometimes, hey, when I was 2021, that's allegedly when I was diagnosed with depression, and I said, no, not me. And one of the things I would do, I would take every day, I would just write down one thing that I was grateful for. One thing. I was like, yo, I'm grateful for this. And then the next day I would come back and read the thing that I wrote the day before and write something new. And then by the end of like 20 days, sometimes it would happen sooner, but you just are reminding yourself of who you are, because sometimes we forget how cool we are. We really do. I have a lot of amazing friends. I have a lot of amazing clients, a lot of amazing students, genuinely dope people that have layers, right? People that are sophisticated, given the opportunity to express it. It's like right now, because there's so much going on. Oh, this, that, the war. the files, the this, so many things that are attempting to distract us from knowing that at the end of the day, we're going towards a divine end, always. The world is getting better, even though sometimes, hey, we're going towards a divine end, always. The world is getting better, even though sometimes, it don't feel like it. It don't feel like it sometimes. You're like, ooh. But we have to keep reminding ourselves and being centered in the fact that if we believe in the divine nature, then everything, all is well. All is well. And then like she was saying, talking about children, kids. What's up, T Marie? Thank you for joining. If you ever want to check yourself, go hang out with some kids. Sometimes if your confidence is low, you might not want to hang around with kids. Like I remember this one time when I was I had me and my coach and one of my teammates were doing a volleyball clinic for these kids at like a boys and girls club, and I walked in the uniform, and my coach Coach Cooper, she was like 5'3". She was I was in high school at the time, so I really can't make no comments on that, but I'm grown now, so I get it. But and my teammate, right? So she was more feminine. She was a stud, but she was a little bit more feminine, so she was more like a STEM. So we walked in, and there was a group of kids, and my coach was standing in the middle. I was standing to the left of her, and my teammate was standing on the right. And there was this little boy in the front, and I can hear my coach was talking. I can hear the little boy talking. He looked at my coach. He was like, "She fine. She fine." I would, he was just talking. He was like 9 years old. He was like, "Yeah, she fine." He looked at my friend. He was like, "Yeah, she all right. She kind of fine." And then he looked over at me, right? And after he had looked at my friend, I looked away because I didn't want to give on to let him know that I was listening to him. He said, "I would say she fine, but she looked like a dude." So I looked at that young man. I was like, "Whoa, I heard you." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." So it's like, if you don't have confidence, one, sometimes you don't be around kids because they might tear it down. Or two, you can look at them and see how much confidence they have. Like he literally is like, what are you talking about? Why are you qualifying our finest? That's weird. You're 9. Chill out. Oh my God. I realized we were programmed. I was just watching Blank Check. Don't ask me why. That's one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Don't ask me why. That movie is wild. That movie is wild. And what was Shay doing? We need to arrest Shay. No, I'm dead ass serious. We need to arrest Shay. I know this is a movie. That lady need to be arrested. Do y'all remember that movie? Is it just me? Y'all don't remember that movie? Blank Check? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Am I with my people? Or am I alone? Y'all never seen Blank Check? Okay. I'm not gonna tell you. If you never seen it, I'm not gonna tell you about it. But that lady need to be locked up. I'm not gonna hold you. She need to be locked up immediately. Having the confidence of a child, I'm gonna change the subject because having the confidence of a child, like my nephew, he's like, he'll be 10 pretty soon. And when I tell you he think he Chris Brown, his confidence is very high. So let's continue. Let me give you this affirmation. She says, a brilliant child who has no self-confidence does not possess half the potential for living successfully as the average child with a good degree of self-confidence. I know a Sunday school teacher who, realizing this, leads her students each morning in affirming, the divine loves me, the divine lives in me, the divine breathes through me. I am the All's child, and she loves and helps me all the time. And you can say God. Sometimes I'll switch it up. I'll say divine intelligence. I'll say the all. It has God in here, but respectfully, I mean, you can say whatever fits. That is chapter 13. So again, the dynamic laws of prosperity, there are so many different affirmations sprinkled throughout this book. I guarantee you this. If you buy this book on TikTok, I mean, not on TikTok, on Amazon, and you read it in 30 days and your income doesn't change, read it again, because it should. I was going to say, I'll buy the book from you. I'll do a book buyback, because hey, you must didn't read it, baby. I'm telling you, everybody whose hand I put this book in, is something about opening your mind to prosperity. It's something about talking about prosperity. The word prosperity. How many times a day do you say abundance? How many times a day do you say wealth, health, happiness, love, joy, prosperity, money in a positive way? It's something about what's in this book that helps to really clear up some stuff. And one of the themes is like, there's gold dust in the air when you recognize that there is this substance that is always working. It's always working, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. It's always working. You can tap into it at your leisure. So I appreciate you for joining the live. And if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on here. Make sure if you're interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel, we have 2 separate YouTube channels. One of them being the Strategic Trading YouTube channel, where you're able to view hundreds of videos to help you with your trading. And if you are looking for personal resources, you can always reach out to me directly. We have the info that you need, and the links are in the description. So the other book that we've been reading is Prosperity. Okay. This one is by Charlena. It actually says, you see the name, but I call her Charlena. It's Charlena. Okay. So we were reading, in this one we read also chapter 4 and chapter 8. And let me get to, I was looking, I think we wanted to do either, it might be 13 in this one as well. No, it's not. Oh yeah, it's 12. So in this one, it's chapter 12. Okay, so overcoming the thought of lack. Overcoming the thought of lack. So the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into a sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was filled, they drew up on the beach, and they sat down and gathered the good into the vessels, but the bad they cast away. Really quick, that kind of reminded me of this this quote I used to tell my salespeople back like a couple of years ago. I used to say, some people show up to the beach of life with, and it's not deep, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably heard somebody say it, but some people show up to the beach of life with a teaspoon, and then some people show up with a dump truck. So the man of mind is like, the mind of one man is like the net catching every kind of idea. And it is woman's privilege and duty under the divine law to separate those which are good from those which are not good. In this process, the currents of unselfish spiritual love flowing through the soul act as great eliminators, freeing the consciousness of thoughts of hate, lack, and poverty, and giving the substance of spirit free access into the consciousness and the affairs. So let me read that again, because I want to make sure we got that. Give me 1 second. So what that's saying is like, sometimes we find ourselves feeling like, I don't have. Sometimes we find ourselves in a mindset of lack. And one of the examples that I like to give is that a light bulb, a 60-watt light bulb, 120-watt light bulb, Edison light bulb, fluorescent style light bulb, does not matter what type of light bulb it is. Meaning individuals, we're all made differently. We are unique, but we're the same. The current flows through all of those light bulbs at the same rate. What's the difference between the 60 watt and the 120? The capacity. And so your capacity of belief in what is available to you sometimes means that, you need to you have to access the flow. It's already on. The water is on. The water is running right now. The water is running right now. The water is running right now. The light, the electricity is on right now. Flip the switch. Turn on the faucet. Turn it on. It should shut off. It could be turned on. And sometimes it's like, you might be looking at the faucet like, ain't no water coming out, G. Where the water at? It's supposed to be water coming out. Hey, baby, it's not on. Flip it. And sometimes it's backed up. Sometimes you got to take a plunger to it. Sometimes you got to put in some elbow grease. You got to pump. You got to, reverse it. Reverse engineer it. Figure out what's down there. It might be something clogging a. Come on now. So the capacity it's only restricted by the light bulb's capacity. 60 watts. That's the max you're going to get, baby. 120. That's the max you're going to get. Fluorescent. Oh, love it. That's what you're going to get. The source does not care. The source is no respecter of person. The source doesn't say, you're attractive, you're ugly, I'm not going to bless you. You're tall, you're short, I'm going to bless the short person. The source does not care. And that's one of the things that I love about trading. I have to be very honest about this because even though I'm not an influencer on TikTok, I don't consider myself to be an influencer. I get offers all the time, but it's just, for me, it's more about connecting with community and also just providing value in the content that I provide. And so I said that to say, dang, man, that's going to come back. There's so many different ways to earn money online, right? For instance, being an influencer. That's why I brought that up. Being an influencer. Okay. You can have, and we can have a conversation, which group of influencers get paid more because of the way that the algorithms are set up. We know that it's not deniable. It's just what it is. The algorithms, they're set up a certain way where a certain group of people will just by default get more traction. It's just set up that way. The thing that I love about trading is, baby, it's green. Do you have the money? Do you have the money? The market does not care what you look like. Super stud. What's up? Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, appreciate that. What's up, masturbator? What's up? That's crazy. Pause. I like it. I like how you did that. You come into the lives and you make people say your name. That's wow. I do the same thing. The billionaire tomboy just said your name out loud. Hey, I like that, bro. Hey, you got me there. That was a good one. That was a good one. I should have read it. I sure did. I read it with confidence. Hey, baby, we're going in. Right? So the trading thing is like, the market don't care. The market is not going to suppress your views. The market is not going to change the monetization. Once you build your skill, okay, why would I read that? Well, I read it fast too. Hey, people be peopling. So I mean, hey, if that's their name, it might have been his real name. Hey, what I look like, judge or somebody. Hey, he might want people to say that more often. Get that in his world. He might want to. That's the world he created. Hey, I get it. YouTube, for instance, and I talked about this in several videos, just the different ways that I've been earning money online since 10 plus years. But ClickBank, I don't know if y'all know ClickBank. ClickBank, I used to be on ClickBank heavy, right? Running PPC ads on Facebook. Amazon pays me monthly, right? There are different affiliate offers that you can do with different companies. Well, they'll pay you a commission just for recommending their products. If you're into fitness, there are brands that literally have brands that are waiting on partnerships right now that will pay you, right, to promote their products. I mean, there's so many different ways, essentially, is what I'm saying. There's so many different ways to earn an income online. You don't have to show your face either. You can do PPC ads. Some of the things I've been doing, you can sell your art online. I used to teach people how to sell their art online. I've done a lot, G. And all I'm saying is, yo, I'm the type of person, I'm a risk taker. Appreciate you for following me, Key. I'm a risk taker. I'm going to take the risk first. I'm going to take the leap first. So that way I can come back and be like, yeah, okay, so this is what we've learned. And the funny thing, I was going through just some, I'm not gonna play it, but if you have some time, you can head over to the Strategic Trading Education YouTube channel. And about 6 years ago, I did a freestyle to Hold Me Back, that Rick Ross song. And I was just thinking about how much trading has changed. It's changed so much. Like back then, we were waiting on vouchers. We would have to load our money into a broker through a voucher. Like we would have to pay and buy the vouchers. I don't know if I've got some traders that's been in here with me, that's been in the trenches. That's how I know y'all new traders, y'all is spoiled. Y'all got it good. Okay, let's see. When I tell y'all, yo, and the reason I brought that up, what's up, Andrew? The reason that I brought that up is because in the song, I mentioned it. It said like something like, I call up V-Load and told them send my vouchers tonight. And I was like, yo, we used to have to like, that's my phone, but we used to have to like, so for instance, no cap, if you wanted to put 20 bands into an account, you would have to buy vouchers in increments of $500. That was the maximum. Okay. So you would go onto V-Load and they would sell vouchers for certain $100, $5, whatever. And if you, no cap, to put $20,000, you had to buy increments of $500 vouchers. And then they would individually load those into your account. That's how we had to fund our accounts. And so now it's like, yo, to know that you could literally invest 1,000, okay, pass the objectives of a legitimate prop firm, an institution, you would get access to institution level funding. You can pass their objectives and they'll give you access to $100,000. What? All day long, sign me up. And so since 2024, that's when I learned about, and I scouted out, because I don't like to send my people to businesses that are not vetted. And I only work with the best. I have a partnership with Oanda. If you don't know who Oanda is, you can go and look. Oanda is the #1 based US broker. I don't play around. I only work with the best. And so I said that to say, yo, it's just been an interesting journey with trading, because the ease of being able to, now like just transfer to crypto or go on there and put in your credit card if you wanted to, debit card, put it in and transfer the money. And then the payments, oh man, we used to have to wait. We used to really have to wait. And now to know that, you put in your request, you'll get paid within a couple hours. That's the time that we're living in. And so, yes, while it's okay to have the steady Eddie and to get the check, we got to think about that for a second. You're working 20 days out of the month and nothing wrong with it. I'm not bashing it. We're working 20 days out of the month. They're paying you on 2 of those days. Wow. Let's pair that with a way to get you paid more frequently. Even if that means you only take 1 to 2 trades a week. I have a student right now
She started trading it this year, and she's in position. She got $100,000 funded account. She's getting ready to quit. She texted me earlier. It's life changing. It changes your life. It changes your life. But guess what you got to do first? You got to open your mind up, because to tell somebody, yo, you have this potential to earn this, somebody might say, yeah, right. Like, I'll share a quick story with you. There was a time when I knew I had to leave corporate America. And I still, to this day, he's still my guy. But one of my first managers, I looked up to him so much. He was from Chicago. He just was a good salesperson, very, very articulate. He had a presence about himself, very respectful, but he was also just like matter of fact. And so I just really looked up to him, and he looked up to me. It wasn't like I'm like, oh, it was like a mutual thing. We would trade books. I put him on to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and he would always be like, yo, T, you put me on that book. So blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this was my guy. So throughout my career, we kind of mirrored each other, because he was my manager. So if he would get promoted, hey, I told y'all before, I like special treatment. Somebody I get locked in with, obviously, if we cool, right? We locked in, you get promoted, guess what happened? I'm getting promoted. That's how it works. That's how it's gotta work. You getting promoted, guess what? I'm getting promoted. You gotta lock in. So boom, we locked in. But there was a point at which, when we were working for this company, and I had told him, I was like, bro, I gotta make 20,000 next month. Like, I have to. Like, I was dating this girl. Like a lie, yo. I was dating this lady. I was like, bro. I mean, I had already, I was doing okay. I just had never done, the most I had did at that time was like 10. And so I told him, I was like, bro, I gotta do 20. The lady that I was dating, I was like, yo, this is not low maintenance city. This is real deal. And so, yo, he looked at me and he was like, that's not possible. I said, what you talking about? He said, you can't do that here. He's like, I've been in your role. Oh. Ooh. Mind you, baby girl had been trading for like 4 years. Who you talking to? Who you said can't do what? So boom, no lie. After we had that conversation, it was no less than a week. I left. And it wasn't because of him, obviously. It was just a few other things. But obviously, if you're telling me that my potential in this company, because you've been in my role, is capped, and you don't even think I can make over 10 based on what you know, and you're a good salesperson, I'm not sticking the fuck around. What am I sticking around for? You done seen this, you white? I'm not sticking around. Because why am I sticking around? To work my butt off? And I get it. Like, on one side, it's like the potential. I don't operate in potential. I look at statistics. And if I go into a sales organization and the top salesperson that has been the top salesperson for 10 plus years is maxing out at 175,000, sure, I might have a rock star year. If I'm new in this industry, it might take me 10 years, but guess what? It's also telling me my cap in 10 years is still whatever you get what I'm saying? So my potential, that makes me uncomfortable. When I hear something like that, I'm like, yo, you've been in this role for 10 years. That's great for you, sir. No disrespect. I love that for you. I like it. But you're the top salesperson. You've been doing this for 15 years. The most you earn in a month, I did the math. The most you earn in a month is $11,000. And you're getting quote unquote better leads. You're getting higher quality leads. And guess what? Like that same hierarchy I had, if I'm getting promoted, and I'm bringing somebody up with me. So I know you got that for you. They give you, and that's the max. I'm out. I said that to say, when he told me, when he said, yo, you can't do that here. I said, okay. And I left. And guess what happened? When I tell you, no less when I tell you, and I'm telling you, and I could, if we wasn't on this phone has the evidence. I have the screenshots from 2018, 2019, 2021. No less than 6 weeks after I left that job, I made 20 bands. No lie. No lie. And I was like, yo, it's funny how when people tell you stuff like that, and I trusted him, right? To a certain degree, obviously. Come on now. I trusted him to a certain degree. So if I'm not confident, what we were just talking about, if I didn't have my self-confidence, I might have allowed his lack mindset to attack my mindset and to say, yo, nah, he right. Man, he done been in my position before. He said you can't do it. Well, I should just give up. Not me. No, Sirski. Oh, you said I can't? You can't. And that's okay. You haven't. And that's okay. I can. I will. I have. And I'm going to do it over again. And so it's just having that confidence and knowing, yo, can't nobody tell you who you are. I don't even know who I am yet. And he was like, yo, that's impossible. And then people be so funny, bro. He was like, yo, that would put you in the top 10%. Obviously. Yeah. 240 a year, obviously. That's the goal, bro. What are you talking about? Like, when did we start wanting to be rich? Yeah, obviously. It would bother me. The reason I was no longer interested in being a sales coach, oh baby, it would bother me to see salespeople walk in for the salary. Oh, especially because as a salesperson, I'm number one. If you're not first, you last. It's no competition. I don't play that. And so to coach salespeople, and then the fact is, your income is based on how you operate this day. And you come in here lackadaisical. What's wrong with you? What's going on with you? And a matter of fact, I know, I like to tell you to leave it at home, but baby, we need to talk about this. Because the fact that you're not selling these products and knowing that it's unlimited earning potential out here, I don't like that. I don't need you on my team. I don't want you on my team. I tell people straight up, I don't want you on my team. I don't like your attitude. You come in here like we owe you. You don't contribute. You're not positive. Talking down on the goals, talking down on the company. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? We got to work here. Respect. If you don't want to be here, don't come. And I would tell my salespeople like, yo, if you're not in the mood to sell, go home. You're not doing me any favors, bro. For real, you're not doing me any favors. Go home. It's okay. Just come back when you feel better. Because your customers are going to feel it. If you don't want to be here, your customers are going to feel it. And I've always been just like a different type of coach. Like I'm eclectic. And so I would pay attention to what each of my salespeople, what their personalities was. And I had this one salesperson. Me and him did not get along. We did not get along. I found out that he liked playing the guitar. And one day, during one of our coachings, I had just brought my guitar in. I just brought it in. And we were having our coaching session. And I just was like, yo, I heard you play the guitar, bro. And he was like, yeah, I play. I still got the recording on my phone to this day. When I tell you this man got on that guitar and he played his face off, and I was like, bro, can you imagine? And I'm dead ass serious because he was such a good salesperson, but his confidence was low. His confidence was low all the time. And I said, bro, if you just take 1 second, the amount of love that you just showed that guitar, if you just cut that shit in half and showed up with that every day, I promise you would be happier because you're going to make more money. The reason that you aren't happy is because you're not making the money you want to make. Whoever said making money not gonna make you happy, they lying, bro. Everybody knows that. We all know that intrinsically. And so from that point, it was like, yo, we learned how to work together. I learned how to motivate him. I made a lot of mistakes in the coaching journey. I made a lot of mistakes. But it's like learning that different people have different motivations. And so I think also that gave him a sign to see like, yo, I like the guitar too. We're connected. We're all one in some form or fashion. And I want you to do as well as you want to do. But if you don't want to do well, I do not want you around me. I only want winners around me, bro. Clock out and go home. It's easy. So that's the same way I show up with my traders. Yo, if you're not ready for that, then you might not want to holler at me. You might not want to holler at me. That's it. Winners only. You might not want to holler at me because I don't play that. I really run a strict program. I really be seeing how people be operating, and I love that for you. At the end of the day, it is love. It is love. Like, it's all love. It's love. I want you to succeed, but I'm also extremely disciplined. I'm extremely disciplined. I don't like excuses at all. For what? Half of y'all younger than me. Half of y'all half my age. What you mean you can't go to the gym? What you mean? What you mean you can't work out? What you mean you can't read a book? What you mean you eating donuts? I don't understand. This language, I don't understand it. What are you saying? I don't get it. And some of us need the discipline. My mom was strict. She wasn't disciplined. My dad, growing up, what I realized later in life was that he's super disciplined. Super disciplined. I don't know where I got it from. I just don't. It's certain things that I don't like. I don't like when my stomach starts falling over my pants. So I got to work out every day. I don't like that itching feeling. Ooh-wee. When you stop working out, somebody know about it. When you stop working out, and then you go for that walk, and then your thighs and legs, they burning and itching, your back, and then you start scratching it, what happened? It get worse, start burning. You really want to go home? Now you annoyed? You smell like field onions? You mad? That lactic acid just all up in you, just pissing you off at it. I avoid that. So those are the things, like, it's like a part of the discipline journey is like, yo, I look at what are the things that I desire to have and what are the things that are in the way of me having those things. Okay. So if that means that to enter in this season of having the best body ever, I don't need to eat bread. Fuck the bread. I don't want it. If that means that I need to fast, okay. If that means that I need to do 10,000 steps, let's roll. That's the mindset, baby. Let's roll. Do it. Why not? What else are we doing? And it's funny because, y'all, sometimes I be walking outside, I'm like, yo, I'm just making sure the world is still, we still here. And I love being here because the motivation is seeing people grinding every single day. It's people walking right now. I love living here. And that's another part of the reason why the group that's in Phoenix, yo, that experience is going to be totally different because we be doing meetups, meditations. And then I can tell y'all since y'all on here, but so I have this, I met this lady from a local perfume lab, and we put together a custom scent for masculine presenting women. And when I tell you, now I'm gonna give y'all some disclaimers. What group? So right now we are doing a group for masculine presenting traders where I'm going to help with getting access to funding. For the past 2 years, I've been helping traders get funded. And what we're doing with the executive program is doing an 8-week incubator. All right. So you'll have access to training and development, but we're going to be trading together. So I'm going to teach you the strategy that I use every day in the market to be successful. We are going to be trading primarily US starting, primarily. However, the pattern that we're going to be trading shows up on every single market every single time frame. You do not have to take my word for it. I've been teaching the same thing since 2019. You can go back on my YouTube channel. One of the most popular videos was the ultimate M&W strategy 2019. It's on the strategic trading YouTube channel. That is what I'm going to be teaching, because at this point in my life, the divine has really, and sometimes it's scary. I told them this the other day. Sometimes it's scary because being able to see it so clearly to where it's dialed in to where my trading is like 30 minutes or less. Literally was in a trade today, 30 minutes or less. We popped up 200 points. And to give you perspective, on average, a lot of the traders that I help have at least a $25,000 funded account. It goes all the way up to 250. Some traders are in a position to be high six figures, right? Now, with that being said, the funding partners that we work with, when you meet their objectives, they're willing to do a profit split with you, okay? So let's take the 200-point run today. Let's say you had already met their objectives and you're in a position to earn commission on your trading ideas. With a 200-point run, let's just say you did a standard being a lot with, okay, we'll talk about that next. With a standard being a lot, okay? I got you. You in the right place. So really quick with this example, with the trade that we took earlier today and the trade that we took yesterday, on average, we're doing about 125 to 200 points per day, per trading day. That does not mean every single day. Okay. So just for sake of math, use $1. Okay. Now keep in mind, I don't want to take you too far, because I know you said explain it like we, which I don't mind. I like that. But if you have $1 and you're trading at $1 per point, you would have made $100, right? Or today, $230+. Now, keep in mind, I just said most of my traders have a $25,000 account. Okay. The minimum for them to get paid out is $2,500. Okay. So on a 200-point run, perhaps they risked $20 per point. Now, if they risked $20 per point, that trade just became a $4,000 trade. Now, if you do a 90-10 split, that's where you can really see the earning potential. And so that's what the group is designed to do, is to have a small group of masculine presenting women. We're going to do a live market call Monday through Friday. It's not going to be too long. It's literally going to be, hey, this is what we're seeing as our opportunity for the day. Be in position. And when I tell you it's so dialed in, typically speaking, you're going to be done by about, so I'm on the West Coast. So I'm typically done by about 10:30, which is about 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. That's typically when I'm done with my day, and I'm taking a nap. I'm going to bed. And so that's the expectation. So that's the group. Now let me explain trading, because I love that question. I really do. One of the things, let's use some props. Let's use some props. I don't know why I got these props on my desk, but we're going to go with it. Okay. Trading Forex. Let's pretend this is a $2 bill. Yes. Everybody see that. Let's pretend like you have a country and your country is called $2 bill. Okay. That's your country. And I'm not trying to be funny, but my country is called gold $100 bill. Okay. So you got your $2 bill, your gold 100. Now in currency trading in our countries, these represent different things. So these represent different things, right? All right. So your country, my country. So when people are living in your country, they have your currency, right? Here we go, family. I got you. They got your currency. They spending your currency. The moment that they come over to my country, hey, baby, we don't accept that gold. That's big money. Hey, big money came in the building. Hey, big money came in the building. We need something different. We need to give you our currency, right? So what you're gonna do when you're traveling, when you go to these places, when you go to Singapore, when you go to Thailand, when you go to Bali. I've been to Bali 3 times, different times from different countries. They're gonna take your big money, and they're gonna give you their money. Not saying it's big, small, whatever. They're gonna give you their money. And so in trading, what happens is because of things that are going on like right now, the war is going on, right? So the price of oil is fluctuating. Your country's currency, it fluctuates all throughout the day. And this exchange rate fluctuates. It fluctuates all throughout the day. So as a trader, we make money because we are facilitating that in between. If this is a 2-to-1, so if two of your dollars were worth one of my dollars, think about this. This is a 2-to-1. When you come over to my country, 2 of your dollars are worth one of my dollars. When I come to your country, one of my dollars are worth 2 of your dollars. And so there is what's called a spread every day, because it's not always exactly $2. It could be $1.98. It could be today that it's $1.78. It's going to fluctuate. Okay. And so traders make money based on that fluctuation. Now that's the overview. That's the overview of how we're making money. So for instance, one of my favorite pairs is USD ZAR. And the last time I checked, I haven't traded in a while because I've been focusing primarily on US 30. Last time I checked it, we can check it right now. I'll tell you exactly what the price is so we don't have to wonder. The price of USD ZAR is $16.24. All right, $16.24. And so every day as a trader, that price is going up and down, up and down, up and down. The price of oil up and down. Yesterday was 90. This day is 92. As a trader, just like I was mentioning, those 200 points, that's the difference when it moves throughout the day. Some pairs move 200 points. Thank you for liking the live and thank you for following, friend. Some pairs move 200 points. Some pairs move 20 points. We're not dealing with them no more. We dealing with the pairs that move at least 100 to 200 points a day. And so that is why we are primarily focusing on US 30. Now, again, you don't have to take my word for none of this because I've been publishing. I will literally go live and tell you exactly what I'm trading every week. I've been doing this for years. And it's funny because it's like, I know people are finding me for the first time. I love that because I'm like, yo, even better, because the point that I'm at in my life is so dialed in. My trading is literally 30 minutes a day. And I literally be like, yo, once I'm done with my clients and stuff. One second. Okay, we back. Once I'm done with my clients, I'm like, yo. And so that's why I'm really interested in the group. And also because sometimes there are so many opportunities, I might not see them. And starting my firm in 2024, I made the decision at first. Appreciate you, no bias. I appreciate that, fam. Thank you. I made that decision then. I was like, yo, if I ever have a firm, it's going to be all women that look like me. All women that look like me only. And I don't care. Because who going to check me? Nobody. And we going to be cold on these charts. We going to be crazy on these. But see, that's the thing. With the group, I'm not leaving it to guesswork at all. We're doing it together as a group. That's what the executive is. If you want to learn more about it, you could text me. You could text 314-675-0131 and text executive, and I'll send you the information. We're doing it as a team. We are doing it as a team. I have this dialed in to a degree where I'm so confident that I can show it to you. I'm so confident. I literally sent a screenshot to my sister. My sister's 3 years older than me. I said, what do you see? I said, do you see any sort of shape? So if you can see it, I can most certainly train you on how to trade it with utmost confidence. You will not be scary. That's why I'm doing it this way, fam. That's exactly why I'm doing it this way, because with the amount of wisdom and knowledge and experience that I have with the market, I've been trading for 9 years. I've been trading since 2016. This will be my 10th year. This will be my 10th year. The first trade that I took was on October the 31st, 2016. I put $200 into an account with TradingView, ran it up to $283. I was ready to tell AT&T, sayonara. I was ready to go. Hey, baby. Y'all don't, you know what? I don't even, I had won the lottery that day. Hey, baby, when I tell you something, when I had found, because here's the thing. We were talking about this, the journey of trading. There's so many moving parts. When I found a legitimate broker, the right pair, the right instrument, it took a journey. And so when I finally found that, and then when I put the $200 in the account, and then within 15 minutes after I ran it up to basically $300, and then I withdrew the whole $300 out and I got my money back, I done robbed the bank. Is this real? That's the first thing. It's like you question the legitimacy. It's like, yo, then I assure you, it's very real. Robinhood. Okay. So what happens is with the program, we would all be using TradingView. We'd all be using TradingView, and the funding broker, the partnership that we have, they are it'd be through Oanda. So yeah, and that's all. Like I said, this is gonna be step by step. That's why we're starting together. We're gonna go as a group. It starts on the 8th of June. We're running it to the 8th of August. Now, my whole thing is I'm creating independent traders. Independent. You are going to be able to do this without me. We're doing it as a team, but you are most certainly, I promise you, 30 days in, you're going to be able to do it without me. You, especially if you've been trading for a while. And that's why I say it's not specifically for beginners. Needs a certain level of experience in trading, because we're not going to be like, oh, what's a candlestick? Oh, what's market structure? Now, keep in mind, you will have access. So here's a couple things, because I am going to answer that question. You will have access to 2 of the most popular trading courses that I created myself and another six-figure trader. That is a 12-week training program. So you'll have access to that. We're not going to go through it. You're going to have lifetime access to it. Goes through everything from A to Z. That program is called Forex Freedom Fast. So when I tell you it walks you through A to Z and you want to have that continuing education, you will have access to that. The other program that you will have access to is the executive leadership training. So that's going over things like negotiating, sales, confidence, contracts. So we're talking that language, okay? Teaching you the language of an executive, teaching you how to handle those conversations, how to present yourself in the room. So it's beyond the trading. It's beyond the trading. Okay, you got it. Boom. Prop firm calculator. So I'm going to show you a proprietary tool that we use to be successful in our strategic leverage of these challenges to get funding with our partners. You have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined as a trader. You cannot be reckless. And so we will have an airtight risk management system for you to follow. Okay. The profit calculator, that's also in there. The multiplier, so the trade multiplier, let me explain this really quick. So the trade multiplier. So like we were just mentioning, some of my traders have a $25,000 account. In the background, they might have $50,000. They might have another $25,000 account. With the trade multiplier, that is designed to have you execute one time and it copies it across the other accounts. So that same 200 points that you executed that one trade on this account, let's just say, for instance, for all shits and giggles, you use $1 a point, $200 on this account, $200 on this account. If you did times 1, you multiply this one times 2, that's 400. Total day 800, right? So the trade multiplier is designed to give you that capital and really help us to grow it strategically. All right. Not to mention, because I am also partnered with TradingView, you will get a discount on TradingView. You will also get a discount on other FTMO products and services. So again, this I've been working on for 2 years. I've strategically built partnerships that are not only going to be advantageous to you as a trader, but that are deep in value. And they also provide other resources beyond what we're going to be working on together as a group. So before I move on, any questions about that? Anything jumped on? Anybody have any questions about that? What's up, Tam? What's up, Name Twin? I know you joining. I already know you joined on the screen. We got the same name. And so just to recap really quick, we will also be doing live trainings once a week. Okay. That'll be about an hour and 45 minutes. So we'll be doing live trainings where we're going to go through review actual trades that we've taken, review opportunities, answer any questions. So it's going to be a think tank. And then we're going to be doing market prep calls daily. That's about 15 minutes or so. Okay. And so two different options, because either depending on where you are financially, if you want to knock it out, it's only $897. Okay. Alternatively, if you prefer to split it down, you would do the first payment would be the $497. It'd be $497, and then be split into two payments of $250. Okay, so you do pay $100 extra. But yeah, I mean, it's very, again, we will. This program runs from the 8th from June the 8th to August the 8th. The deadline is the 7th. So plenty of time to review. You can check out all of the videos. I have over 400 videos on YouTube right now with the actual just trading education, thoughts on trading, different things that I've been using throughout the years, meditation, affirmations, market structure. If you really want to see what we're going to be diving into, the most recent video on the Billionaire Tomboy YouTube channel. Hold on, let me make sure, because I know I put another one on there. 1 second. If you go to the Billionaire Tomboy TV YouTube channel, and this is how you'll know if it's right for you. Like, if you've been watching the video, okay, you're like, okay, that sounds pretty good, I get it. You can help me get access to funding, putting me in a potential in the room with banks that will give me $50,000, some upwards $100,000 USD, $100,000 USD, $100,000, $150,000, $250,000 USD. So let me say this. If you go to my YouTube channel, the Billionaire Tomboy TV, subscribe when you get there first. Subscribe. Let me know you came in the room. There is a video. It says the only A+ trading setup that actually works. I just posted it. It says the only A+ trading setup that actually works. If you go to that video, here's the thing. What's up, friend? If you go to that video, and you in your spirit, you gotta know. If you go to that video and you can visually see what I'm explaining, because I trade the market very slim. I'm probably the laziest trader you ever met. When I tell you, I'm probably the laziest trader you've ever met. I'm the laziest trader you've ever met. I'm not saying I'm a lazy person. I'm saying I've learned how to leverage tools so that I don't have to be staring at my chart all day. The point of the matter is, when you go to that video, I trade using certain patterns. My mind thinks in images. I can show you the pattern on, let's see. We're going to do it live, because it's all, listen, I don't play around. And I know, like, if you can see it, hey, baby, let's go. If you can see it, let's roll, because I can show it to you. I can show it to you. Yeah, hold on, let's see. I do want to take this off. I didn't want to disconnect my computer, but I will. Any questions so far? Like, what y'all think? Because obviously it's like, we're going to be going through this together. You can go all the way back to the community post 2024. We were helping people get funded. Let me see here. Let me zoom this out so you can see the trade that we took today. Same trade that we take every day, Pinky. Same trade that we take every day. Same trade that we was taking last week. Same trade we're going to take tomorrow. So let me get my journal pulled up here. Give me 1 second. All right. That one, I need a line. All right. So let's look at this. Hopefully it will be clear. Nah, I'm gonna have to switch it. What I'm gonna do this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause the live. Y'all don't go nowhere. I'm gonna pause the live. I'm gonna refresh my drink so that way we can set it up on the computer, so I don't have to compromise y'all experience, because I don't want to be like, and then you see, and then y'all can't see. I don't want that. So if y'all hanging there with me, pause in the live. I'll be right back. All right, give me 1 second. I'm over here like exhibit A and the screen, and then y'all don't mind me. I'm goofy though. I really am this goofy in real life, but I give me 1 second. Pause. Yes. All right, let me flip the camera, yeah? All right. Is the sound okay? Somebody like the live for me. Let me know the sound is okay. Thank y'all for the likes anyway. Wow, we ran it up. Yeah, let's get it. We running it up. We running it up. Hopefully the sound is still good. Now listen, what I'm about to show y'all right now, this is it. I want to make it like, obviously risk management and other things are involved, but what I'm about to show you is what I do on a daily basis to make trading decisions. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's getting real. Oh, after dark. Oh, hold on. And I know we not charting without no music. Why y'all let me chart without music? What's going on, man? What's going on? Let me get you back on this. Let me let y'all focus. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is really just kind of look at this. Just look at it for a second. Because I know if this is your first time looking at a chart, then maybe you might have a couple thoughts that we will get into. So really quick, just to share with you, I crashed out on the internet. I crashed out on live maybe like 2 years ago, and I got banned. I got restricted. And the reason I had crashed out is because I said, and I'm dead serious when I mean this. I said everybody's gay. I said the market comes down to tops and bottoms. Pause. Okay, tops and bottoms. And I know a lot of people that trade might relate to that. Double tops, double bottoms. And so at that point, my eyes just popped open, and I just said, I can only see tops and bottoms, pause, in the market, and they show up a certain way. Okay. And so by tops, we mean M patterns. By double bottoms, rather, we mean W patterns. And so if you can see it, my eyes can see it. I've been looking at it for so long. One of the things, there are a couple of characteristics about this setup, and I teach this exact setup so you have the best probability, because there's a lot of things about this setup here that is very different from, and this is the 5-minute chart. Let me just be clear. This is the 5-minute chart. So there's a lot of things about this right in here that says the potential, the risk is right in here, but the potential reward is up here. Okay. So in the group, we're gonna go through the process together step by step, obviously. But what I want you to do is just look at this like it is, and I'm gonna switch it, and I'm gonna show you how I trade every single day. And I want you to take a screenshot of it, because once you leave this live, what I want you to do not take my word for this. Do not trust me at all. Do not take my word. What I want you to do is to go to any chart that you like, Robinhood, go to any market that you like, does not matter. You're going to go and look for a similar pattern on any time frame and see and tell me what you find. So boom, I teach the W formation pattern. I teach you how to strategically get into this motherfucker with the best amount of profit potential with the lowest risk. Some people teach getting into it up here in this area. I'm going to show you how I teach it. Now, lock in immediately, because I'm about to show you exactly what years of trading, what I had to find out after years of trading. Look at it. Hold on, let me turn these other ones off, because you might be looking at it like, I don't know what I'm looking at, T. Don't worry about it, I got you. 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 Trust me. So right here on your screen, this blue line, keep in mind, if you've never seen a chart, this is candlesticks. That's candlesticks. This blue line chart. Traders in the building. What's up? Line chart. We got it? We're looking at a line chart. Cool. What shape? I'm not going to go any further until somebody puts it in a chat. What shape or letter does this look like? What shape or letter does that look like? Boom. I knew you'd see. Bam. Guess what happened? 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 Every single day. That's what I do every single day. That's today's trade. This is today's trade. That's today's trade, G. Okay, cool, T. I get it. Ah, you got lucky. 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 That was today. Oh, maybe. Maybe I did get lucky. Maybe I did get lucky. Maybe I got lucky yesterday. I got lucky yesterday too. This was a W on a 15-minute chart. I got lucky yesterday too. Right here. I got lucky right here. Okay. Well, what about like that M shit? Okay, cool. Let's do the M shit. So today, what's going on in the world? The price of oil is all over the mother. It's all over the place. The price of oil is all over the place. The price of oil is all over the place. If I go to this chart and I can see, man, it's so many in here. They just, look at this big, this is a macro M. Hold on, let me make sure that's on the screen. My bad, my arm's all in the way. Look at that. Look how big that is. Even if, you see that? Look. Macro. It's big. Big, very. So again, when I crashed out on the internet, I was like, yo, everything comes down to tops and bottoms. And guess what happens if we don't see it set up in a magnificent way like this? Guess what happens? We don't do anything. So I appreciate you asking that, friend. And this is what I'm going to tell you right here is what goes up must come down. And so when you start to pay attention to where it came up from, you'll start to notice like here, right here. You see this? If this candle is bullish, then that means this level we would consider to be what? Support, right? And so on this way up, on this climb up, pulling back, coming back up, pulling back down. Yeah, we wanted to go all the way down here. Yeah. We greedy as a motherfucker. You know, we want that bread. You mean? We want all of it. But conservatively speaking, look, it got here and did what? Literally to the pit. Look at it. Pulled off a little bit. Bounced up. Look at this one. Gave you another chance. Gave you another chance to get out. Because guess where it went to? Guess where it went to? Same level. I don't believe in coincidences in trading. Everything on your screen is what I use to trade. I don't use none of that stuff. I use common sense. I use this pattern. If it's not this, I don't do it. I've learned throughout the years, and I have two other edges. If it's not my edge, I don't do anything. I go watch a movie. I go to the gym. It takes a lot of mental training, but I don't do anything. There's nothing for me to do. It's like being a part of a team, right? So when I came in yesterday, 6:30, the move hadn't started. It's okay. My team, they doing their thing. They just setting it up waiting on me, baby. When I sit down and I'm ready, now I'm ready. So it's like, I don't do anything. If it's not this, then I don't do anything. And so just to circle back to your question, where you see big concerns on the way up would be similar concerns on the way down. And so when you start to see something like this right here, big candle, big old candle, little pullback. We don't like that. Big candle shoot down, pull back again, I'm getting out. Right? Because when it came down here, we also could have been paying attention to the fact that this over here to the right is resistance. Yeah, this is resistance too. And so it's looking for the money. Where does the money reside? Right? So it's going to go down there quick. And keep in mind, that's oil. So that right there alone is like a $4 drop. And this is the 5-minute chart, but that's a $4 drop right there. So that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. But yeah. And even if, let's say, maybe you're not wanting to be a part of the group, if you would prefer to just do a one-on-one, you can apply to book a one-on-one, and then we can just go over this together. We can get you airtight where you need to be, because I mean, if you can see it, I'm confident after tweaking and seeing the trades that you've taken, we can make it happen where you'll have a more confident strategy for exiting, because it literally just, I hope that helped, because same thing that happened here, right? It's like, oh, and if this would have stayed down here, then maybe we would have, continued to hold it. But if you got in up here, like the way that I hey, because here's the thing. See what happens? The psychology behind it. A lot of people are taught to get in right here, G. They taught to get in right here. So what happens? You know what I mean? They taught to get in. Let me scoot that over just a little bit. I don't teach that. No. So basically that M come up, and then they taught to get in like here. Nah, baby, we in the market. We been in the market. We in right here. That's the most conservative entry. Being aggressive, you might have got in. Yeah, you might have got in right here, like this level, if you were aggressive. And some of my traders are more aggressive than me, and sometimes they see stuff I don't see. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not saying don't use your skills and your talents, but this right here, because I've dialed it in so much, let's all do this together so we can all get in alignment with that structure together, because I have partnerships where people are literally ready to invest. They're ready to invest. We just need the team. We just need the talent. So appreciate y'all for hanging out. This I hope. Listen, I mean, if you can see it, hey, that's what it comes down to. Obviously, there's some other things that we go over, like risk management. I help you out with position sizing, so you don't have to guess. It's nothing that you have to guess about. I like clarity. I don't like having questions. If I have a question, I want to be able to ask it too. And that's the thing, is like with me, I'm very approachable. Very transparent. If the answer is not an answer that I have, I'll look for the answer, or I may know someone that has the answer for you, so I can put you in contact with that person. But at the end of the day, I do know what I know, and this right here, even when I made that video, I hadn't locked in the way that I am. Even when I made that video in 2019, here, let me see if I can pull it up. Even when I made that video, I wasn't as locked in. Like, I didn't even see it as good as I did now. Let me see. And if you're watching, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, family. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got 2 of them. You know what I mean? We do that. Make that trading content available to all. This is the ultimate. So we're going to look at the ultimate M&W strategy, but this is the strategic trading YouTube channel. I think that's like my most popular video. I was like, oh, y'all like this one. Y'all like this one. Back when pips over money was in the, oh boy, the nose ring. The nose ring. Yeah, this is 7 years ago, G. Man, time flies, bro. Same thing, look. I've been looking for you for 7 years. You've been looking for me for 7 years, bro. Look, same thing. Same thing. But if you are interested, you can text me 314-675-0131. You can text executive if you want to learn more about the executive program where we trade this as a group starting on the 8th of June. Or if you would prefer to do a one-on-one, we have a 90-day trader startup where I can help you to build a customized plan. I can help you to build a customized plan so that you can set yourself up for success in your trading. So you may have a way of seeing the market right now and maybe want to just tweak it a little bit. That's my specialty, performance enhancement. Performance enhancement. Been coaching for several years. All right. Well, with that being said, I appreciate everybody joining. Appreciate MFA Talk for hanging out. You called it immediately. And I would say the same thing with the W's is just make sure when you're looking at the W's, see where on the way down where it had a couple of issues. And then that way you can kind of strategically plan out where to exit that trade when it makes sense. And then we just rinse and repeat. We do the same thing over and over and over and over. So I hope that you have what's today, Tuesday? Sheesh. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Hope you have a great Tuesday evening. And I'll put this replay up. On the Billionaire Tomboy TV YouTube channel. So that way you can see it. And then the thing about it is go watch that video. I promise you. Just program your mind and seeing it. Take a snapshot of the M pattern, W pattern, and just go through your charts and just practice seeing it over and over. Practice noticing different things about it, and it'll definitely open your eyes. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Miss James, Gigi, I suppose. We had a couple people jump in. Take care, family. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, peace.